I'm glad you are here to hear about the significance of emergency savings today. Taking inspiration from personal finance literature, we'll examine in this video why having an emergency fund is essential for resilience and financial stability. To begin with, let's define an emergency fund and discuss its significance. Dave Ramsey highlights the use of emergency funds as a safeguard against unforeseen costs in his book, The Total Money Makeover. Ramsey also stresses the importance of being financially ready. A savings account designated specially to pay for unforeseen costs or financial crises such as medical bills, auto repairs, or job loss is known as an emergency fund. A safety net, peace of mind, and security against monetary setbacks are all provided by having an emergency fund. Ramsey emphasizes that establishing financial stability and independence requires possessing an emergency fund. Let us now explore emergency savings in more detail. George Clason highlights the significance of emergency savings as one of the cornerstones of personal finance in his book, The Richest Man in Babylon. Clason characterizes an emergency fund as a purse for tomorrow, emphasizing the function it plays in offering stability and security during unpredictable times. Clason's ageless advice serves as a helpful reminder that having an emergency fund is essential to financial security rather than merely a luxury. Let's talk about creating an emergency fund now that we know how important it is to have one. In The Automatic Millionaire, David Bach presents doable methods for automating saves and accumulating money. Bach supports paying yourself first, which means that people should save some of their income before using it for other things. He suggests setting up automatic transfers from checking accounts to a designated emergency fund account in order to highlight the savings potential of automation. Bach's method enables people to develop a saving habit so they can constantly add money to their emergency fund without depending just on willpower. Let's now talk about how to figure out how big your emergency fund should be. Sis Orman offers useful advice for determining the amount of an emergency fund depending on unique circumstances in her book, The Money Book for the Young, Fabulous and Broke. Depending on elements like work stability, income level, and financial commitments, Orman advises aiming for an emergency fund that can cover 3 to 6 months worth of living expenditures. When figuring out how much money you need for emergencies, she suggests taking into account the price of necessities like rent, utilities, groceries, and transportation. Orman's observations emphasize how critical it is to customize the amount of your emergency fund to your own requirements and situation in order to make sure you are well equipped to handle unexpected financial difficulties. Though many people realize how important it is to have an emergency fund, creating and keeping one can be difficult. Thomas J. Stanley and William D. Danko address typical barriers to wealth building in their book, The Millionaire Next Door, offering strategies for getting beyond them. Overspending and living over one's means are frequent barriers that might impede savings attempts. Stanley and Danko stress the value of living below your means and being frugal in order to free up money for saves. Unexpected costs or financial emergencies present another challenge and have the potential to undermine savings plans. As a safety net against anticipated events, they advise making savings a priority and setting up an emergency fund. The study conducted by Stanley and Danko emphasizes the value of perseverance and discipline in overcoming barriers to wealth growth and the long-term advantages of being financially prepared and practicing wise money management. Let's examine case studies and real-world situations to highlight the value of having an emergency fund. Joe Dominguez and Vicky Robin tell heartwarming tales of people who became financially independent by diligent saving and budgeting in their book, Your Money or Your Life. As an illustration, consider Sarah's tale, who had unforeseen medical costs but was able to pay for them out of pocket thanks to her emergency fund. Another example is John, who was able to support his family and himself after suffering an unplanned job loss because of his emergency fund and savings. The tales by Robbins and Dominguez highlight the practical benefits of having an emergency fund and highlights its importance in ensuring financial security. Having an emergency fund, in summary, is essential to financial stability and peace of mind and goes beyond simple financial planning. Our knowledge of the value of being ready for anything unexpected has grown greatly thanks to the guidance provided by personal finance books such as The Total Money Makeover, The Richest Man in Babylon, The Automatic Millionaire, The Money Book for the Young, Fabulous and Broke, and The Millionaire Next Door. We can better equip ourselves to face life's challenges with confidence by knowing the rationale for an emergency fund, its advantages, and how to develop and size fund, as well as how to overcome typical roadblocks. Keep in mind that accumulating an emergency fund is a process rather than a goal as you set out on your financial path. Although it takes commitment, discipline, and patience, the benefits, financial security, mental tranquility, and the capacity to withstand life's storms are incalculable. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of the importance of having an emergency fund. We really hope the knowledge and empowerment this video offered was beneficial to you. For more helpful advice and ideas on personal finance, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Until we speak again, remember to manage your money wisely and be ready for anything life may bring.